Good morning, everybody. How are you? We're just taking a break out from putting together our latest 2.5-day program. We ran one earlier this year and it was great, but this one's actually Style for Success. And part of it is what we've been talking about the last few weeks, the self-branding. And we're just going to go on to the next stage of that. And we're continuing with it because of the effect that we're seeing so much happening with people with the self-branding. Once again, you can see we're inside again today. But probably the most important thing to point out is the getting yourself into routine and creating rituals within your life every morning. Rituals. Yeah. You know, what we spoke about last week is a ritual in getting some physical exercise and having physical movement at the start of the day. But then you need to start other things which are pure disciplines. And I always go back, and Yoli's smirking at me already, to the first thing of the day is to make your bed as a task.
The last one in bed has to make it here. Guess who's last one in the bed?
Okay, stop rubbing that in. But you know, it's back to William H McRaven, the ex-military US military guy, with his book Make Your Bed, and it's about having a task that you start the day with that actually is a discipline and requires a level of standards that you're going to set in doing it. It creates
that discipline, doesn't it? Yeah. And task driven. So if everything else fails during the day, at least you know you've made your bed.
Yeah.
And it's a great little book because there's some other little things in there that people would really enjoy. So if you ever get the opportunity, William H McRaven, and the book's called Make Your Bed.
But you just said it's the thing that you know that you've done right, you know, if the rest of the day goes wrong.
Yeah.
But it's actually what sets you up to keep doing the tasks that you have to do. So your daily tasks or necessary rituals will fall into place after that.
So your first task is completed, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So I think that after that, after you've made your bed and it looks smick...
I know, I have to make breakfast. Okay.
Then, that's right, you need to have a good breakfast. And not just a cup of coffee, Gary.
No, that's old days. That's
right. So it's important to nourish your body as well as your mind. Now, we talked about getting 6 to 8 hours sleep and keeping you level-headed. If you don't have your breakfast before you leave to work or go to work or whatever it might be, the hangry person appears.
Yeah, okay, we're going to go to the Snickers ad now.
Wow.
And it's a great example. It's actually a wake-up call for people.
Yeah.
That isn't the good way to actually sustain a good balance for the day.
I think, look, I've proved it over and over again. Once you've had a good breakfast, you can think properly. Nothing seems to bother you. And it usually shows the people that don't have breakfast prior to lunch, you can see the mood swings happening. They're snapping for no reason whatsoever.
Or just lack of concentration because all that they're thinking about is getting to lunch anyway because
they just can't cope because they haven't nourished their bodies and their minds.
And if they're in a face-to-face service situation, front of house of any business, it's just not going to work.
No, it doesn't work at all. So I think that's probably the important message today is first the ritual of making your bed, completing that first task and creating discipline, and then having a good nourishing breakfast to set yourself up for the rest of the day. And that's what that does. That whole process, making the bed and having breakfast, sets you up, doesn't it?
But once again, coming back to self-branding and self-pride, doing that for yourself in the end creates the feel in yourself that you're doing things for yourself and looking after yourself.
Yeah, you're looking after yourself.
Which builds on that self-pride.
So you're building your business, your own business, by looking after yourself. So for instance, if you didn't put oil in your car when it was necessary, what would happen?
You'd have it seize up.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what happens to us as well. If we don't fuel our bodies and create those disciplines, it doesn't work.
No.
We're not a business anymore.
No.
We're shut down.
Yes. I'll go and check my oil level.
Okay, that's our message for today. Thank you very much for joining us for Brunch Business. It's so great to be here.
Thanks guys. All the best.
Bye.
Keep smiling.
Thank you.